Sandhan. All Gujarat Integrated Classroom.
સેટેલાઇટના માધ્યમથી જોડતી કડી એટલે સંધાન.
Good afternoon everyone. This is Assistant Professor Vikrant and I'm going to deliver a lecture on communication, its definition, its introduction and its objectives. So let's start, let's see, let's experience what communication is all about. आज हम देखेंगे कि कम्युनिकेशन में हम क्या जान सकते हैं इन टर्म्स ऑफ ऑब्जेक्टिव, उसके ऑब्जेक्टिव्स क्या हैं, उसके इंट्रोडक्शन के बारे में जानेंगे और उसकी कुछ फेमस डेफिनेशंस के बारे में जानेंगे जो हमें कम्युनिकेशन को एक बेटर अंडरस्टैंडिंग देती है, उसे समझने में बेहतर रूप से हेल्प करती है, मदद करती है. लेट्स सी डेफिनेशंस. आई वुड लाइक टू गो विद द फर्स्ट डेफिनेशन. पहले मैं फर्स्ट डेफिनेशन समझाऊंगा. द इंटरचेंज ऑफ थॉट or information to bring about mutual understanding and confidence or good human relations. This definition has been given by the American Society of Training Doctors. This definition explains that the interchange of thought is very important. The communication itself starts from the exchange of thoughts or ideas. And it should be mutually exchanged with a confidence which builds up the good human relations. The next definition is communication is an exchange of facts, ideas, opinions, or emotions by two or more persons. Communication is also defined as intercourse words, letters, symbols, or messages, and as a way that one organization member shares meaning and understanding with another. Newman and Summer. The second definition explains that communication is an exchange of facts. हम facts exchange करते हैं, हम हकीकत exchange करते हैं, हम ideas को exchange करते हैं, हम opinions को exchange करते हैं, हम हमारे emotions को exchange करते हैं in the way of non-verbal communication. हम आगे जानेंगे verbal और non-verbal communication क्या होता है between two or more persons. Communication is also defined as intercourse. वो एक intercourse है, एक amalgamation है, दोनों का मिलना है of words, letters, symbols, messages, and a way that one organization member shares meaning and understanding with another. Through communication ये possible हो सकता है कि हम अपने meaning को, हम अपनी understanding को एक continuous form में, एक successful form में दूसरी end पे communicate कर सके. I'll go with the third definition. Communication is the sum of all the things one person does when he wants to create understanding in the mind of another. इसका मतलब यह है communication is the sum total of everything that you think and you want to speak or communicate in any form. Which are the forms? We'll see it later. It involves a systematic and continuous process of telling, listening and understanding. So here one more thing has been identified, that it talks about the continuous process which talks about telling, listening and explaining whatever you are there to communicate. This definition has been given by Alan Lewis A. We'll go through the roots of communication or the word communication. हम communication का root देखेंगे कि ये कहाँ से निकलता है. The word communication is derived from the Latin word communis, which means common. अगर हम सादी और सिंपल भाषा में समझने की कोशिश करें तो Latin word communication has been derived from the word communis. Communis का मतलब होता है common. Everybody has some ideas. सभी के पास कुछ ideas है, कुछ opinions है, कुछ facts है, कुछ ना कुछ share करने के लिए है जो हम किसी ना किसी तरह से present करते हैं. So there is something common between me and you and between me and every other person who wants to tell something. And that common thing is nothing but the denotation, is the representation of communication. वो common thing कुछ नहीं बल्कि communication का ही अपने आप में एक form है. So communication always talks about sharing, listening of ideas, facts and every other detail that you can think about. In fact, the communication starts from the first day of the human life. Communication refers to conveying opinions, information, feelings, and ideas to others either through spoken or written words or through body language or signs. As we can see in this definition, communication refers to conveying. Conveying of what? Conveying in two forms. First is verbal and second is the non-verbal form. अब हम सबके दिमाग में ये बात आती है कि verbal form और non-verbal form क्या होते हैं. In fact, to understand communication, it is very important to understand the classification of communication. मतलब communication के अंदर कौन सी चीज़ें हैं, कौन से ingredients हैं, किन चीज़ों से communication बनता है. So first of all, it is important to understand the introduction of the communication itself, and the communication is made up of two things. First is verbal communication, and the second is non-verbal communication. Verbal communication is the one which involves spoken or the oral part of it, and the written means the part that you use in writing. Now, if I want to talk about the oral part, which is again the verbal part of it, which involves speech, which involves different methods of teaching, which involves a lot of activities which involve the oral practice. The day-to-day conversation are a part of it. Now, if I talk about written communication, the entire commercial communication that we see, हम जो भी commercial communication देखते हैं, हर business में, हर organization में, in the form of email, चाहे हम email लिख रहे हों, in the form of memos, चाहे हम memos लिख रहे हों, in the form of reports, चाहे हम long reports या short reports लिख रहे हों, in the form of proposals, हर form of communication जब हम written में बात करते हैं, it is nothing but the presentation of verbal communication. In fact, written communication forms a major part of verbal communication because every activity in organization is getting affected by the written communication. So yes, when I talk about the verbal, there are oral and written. When I talk about the non-verbal communication, there is a list of activities. Now, non-verbal communication involves symbols, signs, and an array of topics which do not use words or the oral part of it और दी स्पोकन पार्ट ऑफ इट. मेरा कहने का मतलब यह है, नॉन वर्बल कम्युनिकेशन हर वो चीज़ है जिसमें वर्ड्स का इस्तेमाल नहीं किया जाता, जिसमें वर्ड्स को यूज़ नहीं किया जाता. अगर मैं नॉन वर्बल कम्युनिकेशन की बात करूँ तो नॉन वर्बल कम्युनिकेशन में सबसे पहला कम्युनिकेशन आता है काइनेसिक्स. मैं आपको एक छोटा सा ओवरव्यू दे रहा हूँ. वी आर नॉट गेटिंग डीप इन टू इट बिकॉज आवर टॉपिक इज इंट्रोडक्शन ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन, इट्स डेफिनेशन एंड ऑब्जेक्टिव्स, बट इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड द वर्बल एंड द नॉन वर्बल पार्ट ऑफ इट. वर्बल मैं ऑलरेडी एक्सप्लेन कर चुका हूँ एंड द नॉन वर्बल आई एम एक्सप्लेनिंग इट राइट नाउ. सो वर्बल इंक्लूड्स the written and the oral part of it, and the non-verbal includes an array of topics which does not involve any words. It involves symbols, it involves signs, it involves gestures, it involves every other thing which does not involve rather words. So if I talk about the kinesics, kinesics talks about the body movements. It doesn't involve word. So it is a part of non-verbal language. If I talk about proxemics, that is closeness to a person, and it gives an idea about my communication, that is nothing but a non-verbal communication. If I talk about chronomics, the study of communication with respect to time, it is nothing but a non-verbal communication. If a person comes late, people perceive him somebody who is non-disciplined, somebody who is not disciplined at all. So it is nothing but a non-verbal form of communication. If I talk about paralanguage, the way I speak, the accent I use, the pitch, the tone, the intonation, it's nothing but a non-verbal communication. Similarly, if I talk about haptics, which is communication with touch, a communication which involves touch, or the communication that we do with the help of touch is nothing but haptics. If I talk about oculesics, the communication which involves my eye movements, the communication which I do with the help of my eyes is nothing but the communication made through eyes is known as oculesics. So these are the wide array of topics which can be covered in the non-verbal communication, but the objective is again very similar. Every communication comes with an objective. So we have already gone through a bit of introduction right now where we have covered verbal and the non-verbal communication, and we have covered few definitions given by renowned authors and the institutions. हमने वो सारी चीज़ें अभी तक कवर की है जो definitions के अंदर आती है, जो थोड़े बहुत renowned authors ने और कुछ अच्छी institutions ने दी हुई है. उसके अलावा मैंने एक इंट्रोडक्टरी पार्ट अभी तक कवर किया है विच इन्वॉल्व्स वर्बल एंड नॉन वर्बल कम्युनिकेशन. उसका इंट्रोडक्टरी पार्ट कि उसका मतलब होता क्या है. कम्युनिकेशन के अंदर 2 पार्ट्स होते हैं, 2 क्लासिफिकेशंस हैं विच इन्वॉल्व्स वन वर्बल एंड द सेकंड वन इज नॉन वर्बल. लेट्स मूव टू द अनदर पार्ट ऑफ इट. इंपॉर्टेंट ऑब्जेक्टिव्स ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन. Now I'll first read out the important objectives and then we'll discuss it out how they are important. First of all, to give, receive and develop information and understanding. It is very important in any form of communication that we give information, we receive information and we develop an understanding about how the information should be carried from one place to another or from one person to another. The second point is to discourage misinformation, ambiguity and rumors. Yes friends, it is very true. We should discourage misinformation. We should avoid ambiguity. We should avoid chaos. We should avoid confusion. It means हम जब भी कोई कम्युनिकेशन करते हैं, हम जब assumptions पे चलते हैं कि जो मैं समझा वो सामने वाला समझ ही चुका है, at times it leads to confusion. At times उसमें हर तरह की probable excuses आते हैं. At times उसमें हर तरह का confusion होने की doubt रहता है या probability रहती है. So it is very important for us to understand that the communication should avoid misinformation, ambiguity and rumors. The third point is to prepare the audience for a change in methods or environment by giving them necessary information in advance. The third objective says that if you want your audience to perceive certain things in a certain way, you should always prepare them for the upcoming environment. The next point, to encourage subordinates to supply ideas and suggestions for improvement. Yes, the important objective is that whenever you are an organization, therefore we study commercial communication. The subject itself is about commerce and the commercial way of communication. To encourage subordinates to supply ideas and suggestions for improvement, it is very important that we encourage our employees, we encourage our workers to give the suggestions for the improvement of the process. One of the main ideas or main objectives of communication is to develop the further process of communication. Once the communication starts developing, new ideas would come in and the communication would develop. कहने का मतलब यह है कि कम्युनिकेशन एक ऐसा प्रोसेस है जो एक बार स्टार्ट होता है तो फिर वो अपने आप कैरी फॉरवर्ड होता है द मोमेंट आइडियाज कम्स इनटू एंड, जैसे कि आइडियाज उसके अंदर आते हैं. एंड लास्ट बट नॉट द लीस्ट, टू इंप्रूव रिलेशंस बिटवीन टू पार्टीज. कम्युनिकेशन का एक बहुत मेन इंपॉर्टेंट ऑब्जेक्टिव है कि कम्युनिकेशन के थ्रू ही दो पार्टीज के बीच में एक अच्छे रिलेशनशिप स्टैब्लिश हो सकते हैं. सो इफ आई गिव एन एग्जाम्पल अबाउट टू कंट्रीज, लेट्स से इंडिया and let's say XYZ country, for example. If the two countries want to improve their relationships, they should indulge themselves into the bilateral talks. Now, what are bilateral talks? It's nothing but a form of communication. These bilateral talks ensures that whatever the grievances are, whatever the issues are, they can be resolved by talking to each other, by giving new ideas, by innovation, by creativity. But that all includes communication. इसलिए कम्युनिकेशन का ये एक इंपॉर्टेंट है, एक पहलू है, एक इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट है दैट इन ऑर्डर टू इम्प्रूव द कम्युनिकेशन, इन ऑर्डर टू लुक एट द ऑब्जेक्टिव्स ऑफ द कम्युनिकेशन, इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट द कम्युनिकेशन improves, communication develops over the period of time. I would like to go with the next slide. Important objectives of the communication continues. The next objective is to encourage social relationships or the social relations, providing counseling and discipline. I would like to talk about the first point, to encourage social relations. Now we all understand that man is a social animal. मनुष्य एक सामाजिक प्राणी है. We live in a society where we have everybody around us. We have colleagues, we have friends, we have relatives, we have our parents, we have our siblings and many more people who have not yet come into our lives. Yes, that is what our social arena is all about. हम इसी को सोसाइटी बोलते हैं और हम सोसाइटी में जिन लोगों के आसपास रहते हैं हम उन सभी लोगों से कम्युनिकेट करते हैं. कम्युनिकेशन इज नॉट ओनली व्हेन वी स्पीक टू समवन. कम्युनिकेशन का मतलब ये नहीं होता कि हम जब किसी से बात करते हैं तभी कम्युनिकेशन होता है. कम्युनिकेशन तब भी होता है व्हेन वी डू नॉट टॉक टू पीपल, बट येस वी आर कम्युनिकेटिंग थ्रू आवर बॉडी लैंग्वेज. द सेम थिंग इज इक्वली एप्लीकेबल व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट द सोसाइटी एट लार्ज. इन कम्युनिकेशन व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट द सोसाइटी, even if we are not talking to our friends, they would perceive as if we are angry with someone. What is it? It is nothing, but we are giving an intention, we are giving a signal, we are communicating with them that yes, I am not happy, I don't want to talk to you. So communication with our society, communication with our friends, communication with the social group is again very important. It is the very base objective of communication. I would now like to go with the next objective, that is to create awareness and impart knowledge. It is very important to understand that we create awareness in the society. We impart knowledge in the society. Creating awareness and imparting knowledge are the two main objectives of not only the government but also the educational institutions and the society at large. One of the basic objectives of the communication is to deliver in terms of education, deliver in terms of awareness, deliver in terms of education and every possible aspect of education. So it is very important for the government to understand, it is very important for each and every individual to understand that communication itself gives some amount of information, knowledge or awareness. I come to know about a specific conference when I talk to my colleague. So what is it? It is spreading of awareness. My colleague talked to me, I came to know because you talked to me. That is nothing but spreading awareness. One of the objectives that we are supposed to discuss right now is about the counseling and discipline as well. Communication teaches us how to counsel people, how to advise people, how to ensure discipline in our lives. So communication is a huge area, is a huge topic which talks on each and every discipline of the society. The next point we'll talk about is projecting an image and shaping attitudes. Now you must have heard about the image consulting. Image consulting is a huge field which is emerging nowadays. What is image consulting? Everybody wants to have a positive image. Everybody wants to be a good person in the society. So yes, one part of communication is to develop a good image. You must have seen actors, actresses continuously they talk to their audiences. You must have seen good presentators, good speakers continuously interact with their audiences. You must have seen popular people, popular faces continuously interact with their audiences. आपने देखा होगा कि बहुत famous लोग continuously अपने audience से interact करते रहते हैं. क्यों? Because they believe in building a personality. They believe in giving a specific shape to their personality. And how can we do this? We can give a specific shape to our personality only when we communicate to the audience, only when we send certain messages to the audience. Whether we have a negative image, whether we have a positive image, we can only understand once we are communicating with the audiences and their reactions as well. So yes, when we talk about the projecting an image, yes, it is an important objective that when we communicate, one of the objectives is to project an image which is favorable and to shape attitudes. Next point is stimulating a want or desire. Raising morale and motivation. I would like to talk about the first point, stimulating a want or desire. It is very important that whatever our desires are, we are able to communicate. We should be able to communicate with the help of our actions and with the words. Stimulating a want or desire, we have been learning right from our childhood days. When we were very young, whenever we used to need anything, though we didn't speak, we used to tell it through our